everybody, it's Hope from Hopefully Cosplay, and today instead of cosplay we're going to talk a bit about mermaiding. So I just got a new Mahina Merfin from Swimtails. They are unfortunately going out of business, but that means they're discounting anything that they have in stock, including the Mahina Merfin, which is what their tails are based on. I have a tail that I bought from them last year, and I do love it. It is wonderful. I have a storage setup for it where I basically have two bicycle hooks in the wall, and then I store it on the bicycle hooks and it just sits flat up against the wall. The problem is, when there's not a monofin in it, it just flops over. It's very floppy because it's just vinyl that's in there creating this big fluke shape. So I've thought for a while of getting a second monofin so that I could leave one in the tail and then have one out for using with my fabric tails, or when I just want to swim with just a monofin and no tail, which I've been doing a lot lately because I've had a shoulder injury for almost a year now, and I just don't feel strong enough quite yet to swim. I could probably swim on a fabric tail at this point, but certainly not this big guy. She's heavy and takes a lot of effort. I'm still not supposed to do much overhand motion in the pool just because of the way that I injured my shoulder. So I can do like the treading water motion, and I can do a little bit of kind of ups and downs, but nothing that's directly overhead. So turning around, much less doing any tricks in a very large tail like this would be very difficult. So I haven't been swimming in it. But it means that I've had the monofin out, this orange one, I've had the monofin out for quite a while, and it ended up having to be folded in half, which I hate, because you can see how quickly it just folded itself in that line when I dropped it. So I'd really like to have a monofin back in it so that it can hold it nicely in the assigned storage spot that it had. So been wanting to buy one. Amazon has been sold out of the adult small for quite some time, and I have small feet, so I need small. So I had been considering getting one directly from Mahina. They're a little more expensive, and it also takes shipping from Australia, which is both an additional fee and a lot of time. So I'd been putting it off, and then I found out that Swimtails is going out of business and that they were selling off their overstock of Mahina Merfins. So I decided to grab one. I will say, as of this recording, they do still have stock in small, medium, and large on their website. It was $75, so it was a pretty good discount. There was shipping. I forget how much it was, but nothing compared to the $110 if you buy it directly from Mahina, which then again you're paying for shipping from Australia. So really great deal. You don't get to choose your color. They just send you whatever they have. So I was shocked but very delighted that I actually got a black one. For anyone not familiar, Mahina actually offers, well, they actually offer 3 different fins. So they offer the classic, which is this one. It comes in orange or turquoise. They offer the black one. I don't remember what name they give it on the website, but it is listed separately. And then there's also a fin that's two-tone. You can get it. It looks almost like it was dipped in a different color. It looks pretty neat. But I've heard all sorts of things about the black one, and I understand now. First of all, you just feel really sleek and cool swimming in a black monofin. I got it in the mail yesterday, and I've already taken it for a test swim today. It was pretty fabulous. I just wanted to do this video to kind of show you some of those differences, because people talk about the black Merfin as if it's just utterly different, and I didn't realize it really is. Unless Mahina changed the basic monofin in the couple years that I've had this one, the black one is made with some completely different kind of rubber or plastic or whatever it is. So it's much floppier. Whereas this one, it's floppy. It's a good floppy tail, but if you want that extra flop, out of your monofin, the black one is going to give that to you. It's much softer, it's much more flexible, and again, part of that floppiness, I mean, you see that just dropped when you drop one side. It's super floppy, extra flop. Whereas the classic, I'm going to do the same thing. It does flop a little, but it's much firmer as in just the bendability of the plastic. As far as the swimmability, I guess, of the two different ones, they're both great. Still definitely my favorite fin. This one, I've only swam in it once, so, you know, take my review there with a grain of salt, but it seemed to kind of flow through the water a little better, I think, because it is so flexible. The other thing I definitely enjoyed about it was, you know, the Mahina Merfin, it's all one giant piece of the same plastic, rubber, whatever, I don't know what it is, I'm sorry. Anyway, and so because it is a little more softer, a little more giving, the foot pockets were a lot more comfortable. I have very wide feet, so it's usually a bit of a struggle for me to get into my classic Mahina. And I generally have the front here, because in addition to wide feet, I also have a high bridge. So that's basically like the top part of your foot, as opposed to the arches on the bottom. The bridge is the top of your foot. I have a very high bridge. You can learn all sorts of things about your feet when you mermaid and do ballet. I can tell you everything wrong with my feet. Anyways, so this part right here tends to rub against my feet, that high bridge that I have. And it's uncomfortable. It's not preventing me from swimming. It's just uncomfortable. I get out, I kick off my monofin, and I have red lines right there across my feet. I did still have red lines with these, but it was much more comfortable while swimming. Again, I've only done one swim in this. I have swam for this one for hours at a time before, and I only did a half hour in this morning. So, again, grain of salt, but even for a half hour, usually I tend to have worse red lines and more discomfort from the foot pockets on this one. So, I am definitely sold on the hype for the black monofin from Mahina. I love it. I still love you too, classic. You're not going anywhere. You're going in the tail probably. But yeah, if anyone else had ever been wondering about the differences between the classic and the black Merfins, I just wanted to give you some of my insight. And if I notice anything else significant, I will either update the video or maybe just make a new one. We'll see. Alright, happy swimming everybody, and I hope to see you again soon.